Hello and welcome to the Album Man, and today's weekly rock news, and it's just weekly rock news. There's not going to be any albums I've been listening to recently type stuff today. We're just going to focus on the news, all the best news in rock, metal, prog and blues, though most of it's pretty much just rock, to be honest, certainly this week. I know there's a bit of prog, but there's quite a bit of news this week, some very interesting stories. But as usual, we'll start with the not as good, more negative, tends to be health side of things. So let's start with the big thing, which is Lemmy. So Lemmy has had to cancel a show at, I think it was, he's had to call off 3 shows, and one of them certainly at the Four Falls Festival in Germany. And yeah, he basically, this was after he suffered a hematoma, which is an internal swelling of blood, and he's also had a defibrillator put in recently, into his heart. And yeah, it seems his health is, a bit on the edge at the moment, which is never good. Lemmy is one of my favourite people in metal, if not my favourite living person in metal. I'm a giant Lemmy and Motorhead fan, but Motorhead had issued a statement saying, "We are happy to announce that despite rumours to the contrary, Lemmy is alive, breathing, talking, fucking, drinking, eating, reading, and will be back playing shows shortly," which is good. And they're working on a new album, Aftershock, which is going to be coming out in September apparently, which is cool. A lot of good stuff's coming in September. Why in July and August there's just nothing, and then in September it's like boom, hit you with the releases: Motorhead, Elton John, Dream Theater, and there's a couple more as well. So yeah, that's good. But hopefully Lemmy get better soon, and he'll be touring, recording, all that good stuff. Okay, and next in a story I've been following pretty much since, it first came out in January, and so, I said I would update, and it's it's a bit of good news in what otherwise is a very, very sad story. And of course this is about Wilco Johnson, and, he has, if you don't know, in September, the former Dr. Feelgood guitarist was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer and decided to not undergo chemotherapy, which means basically he's, gonna die pretty soon, and it's inevitable, and he knows it. Very, very sad story. And yeah, he basically, what had happened was he played a farewell tour, a little one, and he couldn't, he was meant to end with 2 appearances in his hometown, in Canvey Island or something. And they were cancelled after he fell ill following a TV appearance with Madness. But now, something good, I suppose, is that he's announced 4 festival appearances in July and August, which is good. So still play some more gigs. I was a bit worried after he cancelled those couple of gigs, but yeah, it's good that he's can make some final appearances, but otherwise very, very sad story, of course. Okay, so let's move on to something a little bit better. But, so as usual, we'll start from the smaller stories and work our way up to the bigger ones. So, just a little one, that Rick Wakeman is going to be marking the 40th anniversary of his solo album, Journey to the Centre of the Earth, which, if I remember, is his 2nd solo album. It's a good album, I have it on vinyl. Nice album, really cool booklet with some dodgy pictures. So yeah, he's planning to do about 100 performances around the world next year. He's announced UK dates. And yeah, last year he weirdly decided to re-record the whole thing, which, yeah, I didn't really cover that, because I don't know why he decided to re-record the album. It didn't need re-recording. And yeah, the vocalist on it, Gary Pickford Hopkins, he only died around, well, not long ago, not last weekend, but the weekend before. He died aged 65, so that was pretty sad as well. But yeah, pretty cool. He's touring, so yeah, if you like that album, definitely check him out. Okay, something a little annoying. So Al Slick, the David Bowie guitarist, is insisting that he isn't planning any form of secret tours, and this has been rumoured especially after his wife sort of hinted that he's planned to go on tour, and there are a lot of rumours that he might appear at Glastonbury, which he didn't. But yeah, apparently there's no plans whatsoever at the moment. I mean, Elstic seems like he would like to tour, but no plans, unfortunately, which is annoying. I mean, The Next Day was, one of my favourite albums of this year, and, I've never seen Bowie live, so it certainly would be cool to see him live. Okay, another couple just listed as stories that the Foo Fighters are working on a new album. Apparently Taylor Hawkins, the drummer, has come out and says that Dave Grohl is, writing stuff and preparing to record, which is good, and also the boss, Bruce Springsteen, is also in the middle of writing and recording a follow-up to last year's Wrecking Ball, which was not a great album. It was not, no. It had a couple of decent songs on it, but overall I was not impressed by Wrecking Ball, to be honest. No. I mean, that song with the rapping on, Rocky Ground or something, oh god, I hope he, doesn't go for any rapping on this one. I mean, I loved working on The Dream from like 2008, and I love his Monster of the Rising. It's one of my favourite Bruce records, but oh god, Wrecking Ball. Okay, this is quite an interesting one, talking about Rocky Ground and rock artists going in odd directions. Steven Tyler, the Aerosmith singer, obviously, he's planning to release a solo album, and that sounds, okay, you think might be middle of the road, commercial rock. I wish that. I actually wish it would be middle of the road commercial rock, which I don't often say. I mean, Aerosmith's last album, the Dimension one, it was okay. I reviewed it, collaboration review with Steve actually, and it was an okay album. Some of the songs were really good in general. Had too many songs. Some of it was just weird. Yeah, but now he's planning to release a solo album, which, as I said before, doesn't sound too bad. But when asked who might appear on the album, he said, "I'm a huge Skrillex fan, and I went to lunch with Deadmau5. He's got incredible ideas." I just don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. I mean, he says he wants to do something different to Aerosmith. Cool. And he basically, he's saying he's into electronica and he's going to do some awful dubstep collab. Oh dear God. Wow. I can't say I'm looking forward to that album. An electronica, dubstep infused Steven Tyler record. Great. Great. That's definitely what the world needed. And on to the last news story of today, and probably the biggest one, that Roger Dean, one of my favourite cover artists of all time, him and Storm Ferguson, who of course sadly passed away a couple of months ago. I love both of them. Roger Dean, yeah, the person who did the Yes and Asia artwork, particularly some of my favourites. Yeah, wonderful artist, but he is now in a lawsuit. In fact, he's suing James Cameron over the movie Avatar, which was of course released in 2009 and is the highest grossing movie of all time, I think. And yes, so why is Roger Dean suing James Cameron over Avatar? Well, Dean claims that the visualization of Pandora, I think is the world, was based heavily on his artwork, and he's demanding $50 million US. 50 million in damages, and wants to ensure that Avatar is never seen in its current form again, which is quite interesting to say the least. And yeah, he, along with the cash settlement, he basically wants Fox to cease and desist from any further reproduction, distribution, transmission or other use of the film. And of course that means that the planned sequels of the film would then have to be scrapped and be done in a different way. Oh my god, Roger Dean. Oh god, you do not own the right to floating islands, okay? That's one of the main things here. As the document says, the Planteef has been a well-known and successful artist and designer for more than 45 years. Planteef is recognised internationally for architectural concepts, stage furniture and logo design, but particularly for his paintings of unique and original landscapes that feature geological forms not otherwise occurring in art or nature. Oh my god. Yes, Avatar does seem to be inspired by your artwork. Yeah, okay, I'll give you that. But it's like your artwork is very clearly inspired by the artwork of Salvador Dali, for example. Is the Dali estate going to sue you, Roger Dean? No. No. Because what's wrong with a bit of inspiration? I mean, every album, you know, could end up being sued for taking bits. As David Bowie said, a quote he said from the 70s, you know, all he needs is an original idea. It doesn't matter if it's not your own. And indeed he proved that, you know, he would take, on the Ziggy album for example, bits of, you know, other musicians, blend them together, you know, to create his own thing. But yes, he takes a lot of influence from others. Are they going to sue him? No. No. And he cites 3 books in particular. Views from 1975, Magnetic Storm from 1984, and the most stupid, Dragon's Dreams from 2008. Now, think about it. The film was released in 2009, early 2009 if I remember. So this book was released in 2008. Now, I don't know how long Roger Dean thinks it takes to make a movie, but it doesn't just take a few months, especially with one as expensive as Avatar, which I think was the most expensive film of all time. I don't know if it still is. I think it probably is. So, they probably I've heard rumours they started pre-production about 2005. Probably started filming at least 2007. And then they would have been post-production by 2008. So by the time the 3rd book was released, it would have been post-production. So they would already have known what they were doing. And yet they'd say, oh, let's look at this and let's change the entire film. Oh god, Roger Dean. You are one greedy bastard. That's pretty much what, I mean, I respected you, I used to, but now you've just been a greedy bastard, quite frankly. You really, really are. You think you're going to win, you think your lawyers are getting ready to take on Fox, and you just want a piece of the pie, that's why. Big grossing movie with some resemblance to his style. Oh, let's have some of that cash. For it to have more integrity than this, not pleased by him whatsoever, Roger Dean. No. No. Not pleased at all. On that bombshell, it's been the Album Man. Thanks for watching. Can't wait to subscribe, and as usual, long live rock and roll, but not Roger Dean.